So, did I make £500 million from that last video? No. But I did get something more valuable: knowledge. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the recap episode where I break down what on earth happened in this video here. For those who missed it, I created a video that has an advert placed every single second of its immensely long 7-hour and 44-minute runtime. This was achieved by making a custom audio and visual format that was so neutral that YouTube's ad placing algorithm would accept all of our placements. It was a simple bait and switch of YouTube's systems to effectively remove all of its safety checks. All that it required was for me to move my smoothly spoken British voice onto a different track. What a wonderful trick indeed. Now, I anticipated the video might perform at our average and get about 1.1 million views in a month, and well, upon my last count, it's managed 3.2 million views in 9 days. Well, bugger me sideways with a teabag. That was rather unexpected. Does this mean that I am now a billionaire? No, it does not. I will get to the actual revenue in a moment, but first I think I need to clear up a few misconceptions, as well as reveal the fact that we encountered some brand new bugs with YouTube. Yes, there might be billions of us using this platform, but that doesn't mean that it actually works. So, of the 25,000 comments under the video, the most common comment was a viewer saying, Spiff, I didn't get an advert every second. So allow me to quickly correct this misconception. It was always impossible for you as a viewer to get an advert every second. When you load up a video, even if it has 1,000 approved ad slots inside of it, YouTube might evenly place 20 of them for you. Space them out maybe every 2 to 10 minutes. The amount you get and where they're located is based on your tolerance for ads, as well as your personal demographics, and finally, whether there are even any adverts available to be played. Being me though, I wanted to see just what kind of adverts I could get by clicking around on the timeline, because every time I change the timecode of the video, YouTube reads that there could have been an ad placed there and plays a skippable ad for me. What was interesting about this is that in the beginning, I was getting TV-style, high-production quality ads for things like HelloFresh and premium expensive products. But over time, I started to get those really bad AI-made mobile game adverts. So the quality of ads dropped considerably within just 1 minute of me hopping around on this video. Keep in mind that this is just using my data to generate these ads, and if you're a woman between the ages of 28 and 35 living inside of the US of A, then you would likely be getting much higher quality ads all throughout of this period, because statistically, you're the greatest target audience. Advertisers love you, and that means I love you too. But purely in a financial way, I am married. So yes, you were never going to get an advert every second, but I did my best to make sure that you would see the maximum possible for you. However, some of the comments were saying that there were actually no adverts at all. Even to this day, depending on the viewer and the platform they're watching on, they get genuinely no ads at all. I think this is a bug caused by the amount of RAM being used for the ad placements, but I have no way of proving it. It's just a theory, a spiff theory. However, some of you were actually correct, because for the first 45 minutes of this video being uploaded, despite it technically having an advert for every single second of its runtime, absolutely none of them would play. Any advert placed after the 4-hour mark will instantly be flagged as red. You see, if a video has a huge amount of red adverts after the 4-hour mark in a video, then none of the adverts actually play on the video at all. We can see this on this massive live stream I experimented on. All of these adverts here don't work. This is why when we go into the editor of this video, you can see that past the 4-hour mark there are absolutely no adverts. You will also notice that before the 4-hour mark there are less than one advert every second. In fact, there are even gaps, some of which last almost a minute long. The reasoning for this is simple. YouTube just started deleting them at some point. I don't know why, it's not very consistent, and I can't even get any regular evidence of it. So yeah, that's a thing. If I had to guess, it's to do with memory or the metadata file size of this video, but I genuinely have no clue. Once again, it's just another theory. A spiff. No, we can't keep doing this bit. So yes, if I were to insert any advert in this section here, it would be flagged red and then make all of these adverts here no longer work at all. This is why for the first 45 minutes, no adverts played at all, because I had to manually remove all of these adverts here and basically kickstart the experiment again. So for the first 60 or so thousand viewers, congratulations, you actually managed to dodge all of the adverts in this video, but that does now mean that you owe me. I expect payment by next Thursday. And to YouTube, I politely request that you actually fix this bug and allow creators to put thousands of adverts in their videos without them actually breaking. I'm sure this is the only thing holding other creators back from attempting this this same exercise in madness. Okay, now, quickfire questions for things people didn't understand. How does premium revenue make money? So premium revenue comes from the watch time of the viewer, not the amount of ad slots passed. As this video is very long, you might expect me to make an absurd amount of money, and you're kind of right there. Also, it's important to note that a premium viewer is worth significantly more than a regular viewer, so cheers to all of you premium users out there. Okay, other questions. We had quite a few relating to ad blockers. Do ad blockers hurt a video's performance, and do they hurt the revenue? Well, kind of yes, and also not really. The algorithm is driven by engagement and watch time, so actually ad block users helped because so many of you went into the comment section and professed how cool you were for having an ad block. By doing this, you actually helped push the video to others because YouTube saw you engaging with it. When it comes to revenue, of course, I can't make money off of any of you with an ad blocker. You just get all of this entertainment without any inconvenience. So a special shout out to all of these majestic sausages who decided to throw some money at me to make up for using ad block. I genuinely do appreciate all of your generosity. Anyway, let's move on to the super fun, exciting information of money. Yes, we all love money. I love money because it lets me buy delicious tea. So how much money is my video made out of 3.2 million views? If we follow our napkin calculations and say 3.2 million people saw 28,000 adverts, then I should be looking at somewhere around £1 billion of revenue. My goodness, this is incredible. With this, we can rule the world, destroy Belgium. The sky's the limit. Unfortunately, it's actually made £6,457. Now, this actually comes down to one key fact. Whilst this video has 3.2 million views, that's not actually the money-making statistic. You see, a lot of you use ad blockers or YouTube Premium, so if we go into the super deep dark back end, there was actually only 1.4 million monetized playbacks. These are viewers that we could have actually made money off of. And from that, we got 2.5 million impressions on those adverts. Now, in a regular video, those playbacks would be worth a lot more than £6,000. And the reason why it's not here is actually really quite simple. The average view duration of this video is 5 minutes and 36 seconds. What this means for the video is that there's only really enough time for the average viewer to see 1 or 2 adverts. Sure, some of you will have kept the video rolling and seen hundreds of adverts, but others will have immediately left and seen 0. This is why the average view duration is the most valuable thing for creators. But this is an advanced and nuanced take for later. So let's actually break down that money. Of the £6,457, only £4,721 of it came from adverts played on the video. Another £1,625 came from YouTube Premium viewers, and we received £110 from transactions. This last stat contains those donations as well as people choosing to become channel members. Now, we did also make money from people listening to the British ambience music that we created for this video on platforms like Spotify, but I have no way of calculating the royalty payments of this for quite a while. It turns out the music industry is still very, very archaic. The only other statistic of revenue that we made came from people signing up to vidIQ using my link, vidiq.com/spiff. From that link, I've made roughly £500. Of course, this is a basic rough number that is far more complicated in the long term, but once again, that's for a later time. So, was my experiment a failure? Well, if the only thing I cared about was making money, it would 100% be a failure. And if that was true, this channel would have been covered in crypto casino adverts about 5 years ago, and I'd currently be live streaming from Dubai. No, my real goal was to just push YouTube to the extreme, and I think it's safe to say that I've managed it. I mean, 50% of the time that I look into this video's back end, it causes my Chrome to go unresponsive, so I think that's a good sign. The other thing to mention is that these video statistics are mental. The average person saw only 1.2% of this video. By YouTube standards, that's the worst. There are sections of this video where there is just 1% audience retention. I have never seen a viewer graph look this bad in my entire tenure on the platform. It's incredible. Another statistic we were able to manipulate is this one here, that I think has greatly helped push this video to others. This is the amount of viewers that are still watching the video after the 30-second mark, and you'll notice that 140% of viewers are still watching it after the 30-second mark. This is actually because this statistic is really easy to inflate. I break it all the times on my live streams, but the way we've managed to break it here is by asking people to change their audio track to Klingon. Once they do that, they then go back to the start of the video to hear anything they've missed. By doing that, we've had had viewers rewatch the start of the video multiple times, allowing us to skew this statistic up really high. But one of the main exciting aspects about this video was the fact that 40% of the viewers have never seen a Spiff video before. So welcome all of you new people to the lovely world of finding exploits and breaking games. I hope you have a wonderful time on my channel. It's actually really funny to see when YouTube decided to push this video for people outside of my community. You can see the first day we got 500,000 views, similar for the second day, and then the day after that 731. And with that, our subscriber graph grew entirely off the back of the new audience members. Also, apologies for the flickering screen. That is just because this video is still currently breaking the back end. Yeah, YouTube just doesn't know how to deal with this. Anyway, this is just half of the video. There's a bunch of complicated stats that I think would be far too consuming for anyone who's not a YouTuber or a stats nerd to enjoy. So I've once again made a second audio track that you can switch to that will contain even more information about the experiment. And yes, of course, it's Klingon again. So yes, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting about your favorite adverts. And yes, I did also put an advert into every second of this video here. So hey, let me know how many you got and if you even noticed. The greatest thanks of all to our YouTube channel members and patrons for funding all of this nonsense. You're all absolutely fantastic. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in the next one. So goodbye, ladies and gentlemen, for now. Okay, guys, the video is done. You can switch over to the advanced audio track. Genuinely, it's done. This is just going to keep running for a long period of time. If you want to understand why this video is longer than its actual runtime, you got to switch over to the advanced audio track to understand. Just go into the bottom right, select Klingon. I know you can do it. You've done it before. Come on, I believe in you. You can do it. You're the best. Just when you go down there, push the little cog thing, you select Klingon. There's genuinely nothing else here in this video. It's just that. Come on, you can move over. Nothing more to wait for. You're just wasting your own time. You're wasting my time. And quite frankly, you just switch over to the other audio track and go listen to the advanced section or leave. Go live your day without having the veil and the mystique of YouTube ruined for you. Go live your life. Frolic in the wilderness. Run through fields of wheat. The sky's the limit. But it's time for you to leave. Come on. Shoo. Be gone. Shoo, 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 shoo. Right. Bye-bye.